Hello, everyone. This is Beth Pittman with Outlander, North Carolina, and your host for Fraser's Ridge Homecoming 2025, our final homecoming. Going to be some bittersweet moments, I think, this year, but we're going to have a great time. Going to be a wonderful time together. So today I just wanted to go over the workshop registration. I usually do this every year just to familiarize you with the site. For those of you who've done workshop registration in the past, it's the same platform. It's going to look very familiar. There may be some things that have changed, so bear with me. I'll try to keep this tutorial to a minimum. All right, so this is the page right here, the link that you will be given in an email. Okay, so about the emails, each group that is eligible to register on a particular day will get a separate email. The link for registration will not change, but the password for each group will. So tomorrow's group, you're going to get an email with the link and your password for your group that's registering tomorrow. So I'm going to go here and type in my password for me, for my group, which is me and Carolyn pretty much. And I'm going to hit submit. And that brings us to the workshop registration page. And as you can see right here, there are at the top some, please read this very carefully before beginning registration. These are the guidelines. These are the things that you need to know here. All of this. And just so you know, I sent out these guidelines in an email last week so you could read over them, know what's going on before workshop registration takes place. So if you haven't read those guidelines in your email, please go back to that one and find them. And I think it was the last workshop email that I sent last week. I think it was like more workshop information or something like that. Please go back to that and read those guidelines because it'll be exactly what you see here. This will save you some time because if you don't read the guidelines ahead of time, you are going to have to spend some time reading these before you're going to be able to start registration. Okay, so now we're here to the registration information block. That's going to be the first thing you do. And you can register for workshops for yourself and one other person. Okay? You'll do yours first, and then you will go back and do your second person. So I'm putting in my information right now. Whoops. Dear me. I'm just going to click this right here. Okay, and my address. I'm going to begin registration. All right, so now that took me to the very first block on Friday. And yes, this is just like going to college when you had those 8 o'clock classes. So we're going to get you up early on Friday morning because we have a lot of workshops. We have over 40 workshops, and we had to cram the days full to get all of these workshops in. So the first block goes from 8 to 10 a.m. and you will notice that there are 4 different times that these workshops are going on. 8:15 to 9 o'clock is our 45-minute slot. 8 o'clock to 9:30 is the 90-minute workshops. We have a 8:15 to 9:45 that will be starting. That's another 90-minute workshop. And then we have 8:30 to 10 o'clock. And all of these times are included in block 1. Okay, so please notice the time. You should have your schedules there in front of you, and you should be able to see those times that are different. So you may only select one workshop in this time block. If you try to select more than one, it's not going to let you. So I don't care if it's 45 minutes, an hour and a half. It's not going to let you select but one in this particular block. So for this one, I'm going to select Documenting the World of Outlander Part 2. In 2023, the State Archives did Documenting the World of Outlander Part 1. So this is a completely different workshop, and it's going to be covering the later part, Governor Martin and that kind of thing in this particular workshop. So the information tells you where it's located, the class size, the length of the class, and what the cost is per person. So I'm going to select this one. This is a 45-minute workshop, and I'm done. I'm done with this block. So I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom, and I'm going to click Next Block. And this brings me to block number 2. Now, if you chose a 90-minute workshop in block number 1, or I think there was an hour workshop or something like that, it's going to skip this one for you. The system is built on the fact, on the program is going to know that you selected a 90-minute workshop. So therefore, you cannot be at this workshop because there's not 2 of you. So it's going to skip this block. But if you chose a 45-minute workshop, you will be coming up to block 2. And as you can see, there's only 9:15 to 10 o'clock workshops in this block. So you're going to pick the one of your choice. I think I'd like to do creating a shadow box. And I'm going to go all the way down and click Next Block. There's a note at this one. Please note that this block includes the Q&A session with Charles Vandervaart, plus other workshops for special guests who have opted out of the cast member. So their workshops, if you opted out, you've got an option for a couple of workshops that will be going on from 10:15 to 11 o'clock. The Q&A session with Charles will be going on from 10:15 to 11:30. So if you're eligible, I would think you would want to pick, if you opted in and didn't opt out of the cast member, you would choose this one, okay? If you did not opt in, then you have the option to choose one of these 2. Okay? I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to choose Next Block. Now let me just make a note here. If you opted out, let's go back. I can go back here. So I'm going to clear the selection. If I were to choose this one, and the next block, it's going to take you right to lunch. There's only one 45-minute. You're going to have 45 minutes there that you can go to the vendor area, to the living history area, or whatever. There won't be any workshops being offered for that 45 minutes while the remainder of Charles's Q&A is going on. So here we are at Friday lunch, and that is from 11:45 to 12:30. We shortened it to 45 minutes this year because we think y'all can eat that fast, and we had to make room for a lot of workshops. So we shortened this up. You will be happy to know that the Carolina Thunder Mugs are going to be back, and they're going to be playing some tavern music for us during our lunch break. You will go and pick up your pre-ordered box lunch, which will have your name on it, or you can bring your own. Bring your own lunch. BYOL, right? Okay, next block. This is block number 3, which goes from 12:45 to 2:30. Please note that this block includes 45-minute workshops, and it includes 90-minute workshops. And you can only select one again from this entire block. So I'm going to show you, let's go to one that's 90 minutes. And The Life of Daniel Boone. Okay, one thing to note about this one is this is the one that will take you on the hayride. All of the Daniel Boone workshops are going to be held out at the Keys cabin because we felt like that cabin, that old cabin, is really appropriate for Daniel Boone. So that will be your hayride up to the Keys cabin this year. You will get on the hayride in front of the covered pavilion. But you do need to bring your own chairs for that. And you will see on some of these workshops, and they were on the workshop descriptions that you all received, the ones that we're asking you to bring your own chairs. Okay, so I've picked that one. That's 90 minutes. Now I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to choose next block. Now watch what's happened. This was block number 3, right? Let's go back up to the top. This was block 3. I chose a 90-minute workshop. So we'll click next block, and it's telling me to proceed to the next block. It has skipped block number 4 because you chose a 90-minute workshop in block number 3. Go to the next block, and this is block number 5. So please note that this block includes workshops that are 45 minutes long and 90 minutes long. And you can only select one. So I think I will select the Horses of Outlander. And that is 45 minutes. And I'm going to go to the next block. If you choose a 90-minute workshop for block number 5, that is your last block of the day. But if you chose a 45-minute workshop, then you have one more block that you can choose from, or if you want to skip it or whatever. But we have more 45-minute workshops in this block. I really want to do Scottish Ghosts, Myths, and Legends. So I am going to pick that one. And now I'm going to go to Saturday workshops. And here we are. We're going to pick our Saturday workshops. The first thing it's telling us is that we've got a plenary session from 8:30 to 9:30 under the covered pavilion, traveling to Scotland with our own Scot, Maudie Jarvie, who some of you are friends with on Facebook. She's a team member for our Fraser's Ridge Homecoming. So she will be talking about traveling to Scotland, and we figured everybody might want to be a part of that, so we made it a plenary session. You do not have to check a box or anything for this. Now we're going to go to the next block. This is block number 1. Workshops are from 9:45 to 11:30. It includes 45-minute workshops and 90-minute workshops, and you can only select one. So I'm going to choose taverns. And I can only select one, and that was a 45-minute workshop. Yes, it was. It's 45 minutes. So I know that I'm going to get a next block, right? It's got 45-minute workshops in it. 10:45 to 11:30. If you chose a 90-minute workshop in that last block, you would not be presented with this block. So these workshops are from 10:45 to 11:30. You can only select one. Now, this is very important because this is the block that includes the photo autograph sessions with Charles. And there are 3 sessions for photos and autographs. If you are eligible and you did not opt out of the cast member option when you purchased your ticket, you are eligible for this. So you would want to choose the photo autograph session, right? We're going to have these photo autograph sessions divided into 3 15-minute groups. So you're not standing in line for the whole 45 minutes, okay? You'll be getting an email telling you what group you're in and what time you need to be there so that you can get you're only waiting around for like 15 minutes or whatever. So that would be you if you were eligible. If you're not eligible, then you're going to pick one of these other 45-minute workshops. Okay? I'm going to pick that one. And then I want to go to the next block because this is the block. I chose that one because that is my session for photo autograph. So I'm going to go down here. Now it's time for lunch. Again, the same thing. The Carolina Thunder mugs are going to be playing and we're going to be singing along with them during the lunch break. Grab your pre-ordered box lunch or bring your own. 11:45 to 12:30 under the covered pavilion. Now we're getting ready to go to the next block. All right, this is block number 3. This block also has a photo autograph session in it. So if you've been assigned that session number 2, you would choose that one. If not, you're going to choose another 45-minute workshop in this block. Okay? So I think I'll choose Ghost Stories and Tales of the Ends. I love ghost stories. And also with this one, you are going to be receiving a free copy of RG's book. If you've been to Homecoming before, you know RG. He's one of, I just love RG. He's been with us since the very beginning in 2018. He has actually written a book called Ghost of the Yadkin Valley, I believe. And if you attend that workshop, you get a free book. Get his book. So I'm going to choose that one because I'd like to have that book. And then it takes me to the next 45-minute block. And this is the very last photo autograph session. So if you've been assigned to that session number 3, the autograph session number 3, you would select that. Okay? If not, you'll select one of the other 45-minute workshops in this group. I'm going to pick Carolyn's 18th century libations because by this time of the day on Saturday, I'm going to need a little libation. So I'm going to pick that one and I'm going to go to the next block. Now, this is our last, no, it's not the last block of the day. This is the next to the last block of the day. It is the last block of the day if you choose a 90-minute workshop, okay? But if you choose a 45, there's another one after this. So, I think I'm going to choose What Claire Knew. And I'm going to go down here and I'm going to select next block. And there is the final block. So if you chose 90-minute workshop in that previous block, you're not going to be presented with this at all. And then I think I'm going to do Defending the Ridge, the Tavern Brawl. And I'm going to go to the next page. All right. And then it says, please remember all payments must be made directly to the instructor using PayPal. You don't need to do a thing. Your instructor will send you an invoice. And when you get that invoice, you don't have to have a PayPal account. You can just pay by clicking on the link that's in the invoice, okay? Easy peasy. No checks, no all this stuff. It's easy. All payments must be received by the instructors by 9/5, September 5th. If they've not received your payment by then, your workshop's going to be forfeited and be offered to someone else. So you have to agree to that and then save workshop attendee. Okay? So I'm going to click that. Almost done. So do I want to add, I told you at the beginning, or I think I did, you can, for workshop registration, you can register for yourself and one other person. So if you wanted to do that, you would click this button right here and you'd go start over with the whole process over again. Okay, it'd be the exact same thing. You'd be offered the exact same workshops to choose from. I'm not going to do that for the sake of time. It's pretty redundant. So I'm going to go to next step and I'm almost done. And I'm going to just put my information in there and I am going to click submit. And there it is, success. Registration is complete. Um, don't tell your friends because, unless they bought a ticket, they can't get workshop registration. So don't tell your friends or share on Facebook or X, okay? That's just the standard screen that comes up. So we'll click out of that. And next is your workshop registration. You will get an email with all of this. This is everything that I registered for. Okay. There's your little QR code that you can scan on your phone to see your registration details. It will show you every block, every workshop that you have signed up for. So this is just double check it, make sure you got what you wanted. Just a note about errors and why we want you to slow down when you're doing this. We cannot make adjustments. It is just unfathomable how much trouble it is for us to try to make changes in your workshops. It's enough. It's hard enough when everybody gets everything right. But if you've made an error, you were signed up for something you didn't or want, or you signed up for something twice, we in most circumstances we are unable to change that. If it's an error because of something I have done on my end, perhaps I had the workshops wrong on the registration page, they weren't at the right time. If it's something that is an error that I caused, then we will correct it. Okay? So now all you have to do is print your confirmation, and this will be your workshop schedule right here. Okay? You will need to bring it with you. You will need to bring it with you to homecoming so you know what you have, when you have it, where you have it. Okay, so make sure you print it out. I think you can probably also, let me try that. I think probably you can also, if you wanted to, that QR code right there. Let's see. Oh, no, that was not right. Let me try it again. Let me try that QR code again. Uh, no, it didn't match any documents. So it may be that I think you'll have it in your email. You will receive an email with this same information. I should have already received something myself about this. And it says if you need assistance with anything, to please contact Susan Jackson or Carolyn Baker, and there's their email addresses right there. So I would have printed this out. I've gone to my printer. I would have printed it out. I'd have gotten all these wonderful little pages. You can do front and back. You can save it as a PDF to your phone or your computer or whatever. Having it on your phone would be really neat so that you could look at it later. So anyway, that would be the end of that. I'm going to cancel that for now because I don't want to print it all out. So that's pretty much workshop registration. And I think it's pretty easy. I'm hoping that you all won't run into any problems. I know there's always a few issues. Carolyn and Susan and I will be on Facebook Live tomorrow when workshop registrations begins, just to address any issues that you all have. And we'll be on Facebook Live in the Fraser's Ridge Homecoming attendees group. So if you're not in that group, it might be helpful for you to be in that group. I know some of you are not on Facebook, but you might want to just join just for this particular thing because we will be live tomorrow night with that. So to help you out. So that is it for this. I've taken up 25 minutes of your time and I am now done. So I hope that this has helped. You guys have a great rest of the day and we'll see you during workshop registration on Sunday night beginning at 6 o'clock for those who are eligible. All right, guys, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and hope you have a good day. Bye.